In the life of every person, two factors of knowledge are operative from birth. First is the power of human reason, along with its satellites of sensation, perception, conception, and so forth. And the second is the power of intuition. The former is developed through social institutions and interactions. The latter usually remains uncultured, underdeveloped because of the want of proper guidance and methods of training. To progress and to avoid the misery of mistakes, you have to find what is truth in everything. This is possible only if you develop your intuition. When developed sufficiently, intuition brings immediate comprehension of truth. You can have this marvelous realization: meditation is the way. This intuitive power can be developed by learning the step-by-step methods of yoga and deep meditation that lead to self-realization. Beyond the senses and intellect, intuition manifests in the calm consciousness as feeling, perceived through the heart. When such feelings comes in meditation, you receive through it a definite sense of right direction and unshakable conviction. Increasingly, you will be able to recognize and follow this intuition. That doesn't mean you give up reason. Calm, impartial reason can also lead to intuition. Use common sense, but remember that arrogant or emotional reasoning leads to misconceptions and mistakes. To attain a higher state of consciousness and divine perception, it is necessary through meditation to withdraw the mind from its continual restless activities. In that interiorized state, spiritual sensitivity or intuition awakens. Every morning and night, go into deep meditation, for meditation is the only way to discriminate between truth and error. Learn to be guided by your conscience, the divine discriminative power within you. Ordinary human beings, studying and working with material life, are circumscribed in their understanding by their sense perceptions and rationalizing intelligence. With underdeveloped intuition, their limited power of intellectuality cannot truly comprehend matters of the spirit even when such truth is expounded to them. Though colossal intellects and famous theologians may be well read about the soul, they may nevertheless understand little about it. On the other hand, even illiterates given to deep meditation will be able to clearly to comprehend the nature of the soul from their own direct experience. Intuition bridges the chasm between intellectual knowledge of the soul and actual realization of the divine self. It is by intuition that God can be realized in His all aspects. We have no sense that can reveal knowledge of Him. The senses give knowledge only of His manifestations. No thought or inference can enable us to know Him as He truly is. For thought cannot go beyond the data of the senses. It can only arrange and interpret the impression of the senses. God is beyond mind and intellect. His true nature can be felt only through the soul's power of intuition. We must find His consciousness through the superconscious mind, the nucleus of mind and intelligence. His infinite nature is revealed to the man through the intuitive superconsciousness of the soul. The joy felt in meditation reveals the presence of eternal joy spread all over creation. The light seen in meditation is the astral light from which our tangible creation is made. Beholding this light, one feels a unity with all things. Meditate with patience and persistence. In the gathering calmness, you will enter the realm of soul intuition. Throughout the ages, those beings who attained enlightenment were those who had recourse to this inner world of God communion. God is the whisper in the temple of your conscience, and He is the light of intuition. You know when you are doing wrong, your whole being tells you, and that feeling is God's voice. If you don't listen to Him, He becomes quiet. But when you wake up from your delusion and want to do right, He will guide you. In wanting us to depend on Him alone, God does not mean that you should not think of yourself. He wants you to use your intuitive. If you fail to seek conscious attunement with God first, you cut off the source, and so you cannot receive His help. When you look to Him first for all things, He will guide you. God will reveal to you what your mistakes are so that you can change yourself and change the course of your life. Remember, greater than a million reasonings of the mind is to sit and meditate upon God until you feel calmness within. Then say to the Lord, I can't solve my problem alone, even if I thought a zillion different thoughts, but I can solve it by placing it in your hands. Asking first for your guidance and then following through by thinking out the various angles for a possible solutions. God does help those who help themselves. When your mind is calm and filled with love and faith after praying to God in meditation, you are able to see various answers to your problems. And because your mind is calm, you are capable of picking out the best solution. Follow the solution and you will meet with success. Solve all your problems through meditation. Attune yourself to the active inner guidance. The divine voice has the answer to every dilemma of life. Go within the self, closing the door of the senses and their involvement with the restless world, and God will reveal to you all His wonders.